Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Arshia, and today I want to make a small review on the latest podcast of Dr. Malone, which conducted by PBD podcast. I could watch this podcast on YouTube before they take it down. I'm not gonna show any part of this podcast because YouTube will bring my video down, but I just want to give you my take, my disagreement with Dr. Malone in some aspect that he mentioned. If you are interested, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me to this video. Alright, what is the story with this podcast? First of all, I want you to listen to this segment of the...
Looking forward, there's three words I always try to share in closing: integrity, dignity, and community. The way that we get out of this is we have to restore integrity in our public servants, in our corporations, in our communities. The noble lie is not okay. It is corrosive. Integrity. Dignity. We have to restore dignity. We have to stop defining human beings as economic units to be manipulated for profit and rent. We have to treat each other with dignity. We have to have social and economic structures that recognize human dignity. Last point, and this relates to the fundamental foundation of how mass formation occurs.
I am 100% agree with him because there are so many incompetent people all around the world sitting on a very important position and make critical decisions. And that is true, and that's also fueled by lobbying and those companies that helping other people and funding other people to go to the important positions. But this have been a way that the whole world have been rolling all the way from the past 1,000 years before till today. Only maybe the technology have changed it a little bit. And I personally believe the only way we can fight this is by helping from the social media such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I don't know, any type of social media. They should allow somebody like Dr. Malone could have an open discussion with an argument with another doctor at his own level regarding his opinion and his suggestion for the vaccine and whatever. And only through that openness, only through those discussion, we can reach democracy, we can reach human right and so on. Without that, by censorship, we won't reach anywhere. So now, by saying that, I want to explain two things that I personally not agree with Dr. Malone. And I could be wrong because I'm not at his level by any mean, but this is my take and my understanding after all the research I done. One part that he mentioned in that podcast that I'm not agree with regarding the rate of the mortality. It is true that CDC protocol could have a big impact regarding the number of the people who categorized as a COVID death, although they could have comorbidities or some other problems, and those problems could have lead the person to death. That's a possibility. But at the same time, we can see all around the world the number of the death has arisen. It's not only in US, and not necessarily every other country have been following the CDC in US. For example, in Middle East, internal news and all the information you can see, there are so many cemeteries that are full with the dead people who died from COVID death, and it's all COVID mortality. And some of these Middle Eastern countries, they didn't even start the vaccination as fast as other countries. So you can see the impact of the rate of mortality on those countries without any vaccination. So first of all, I guarantee that vaccine reduce the mortality rate. It is true. At the same time, I don't think, despite of all the wrong protocols that they followed, this COVID was anything even close to H1N1. This is impossible. During H1N1, we didn't see anybody fall dead on the street. And this disease, whoever countries that took it very mildly, such as Italy in the beginning, some Middle Eastern countries, they see the impact. Italy, if you follow the news, and the media there is free, the media there is very open, they don't manipulate it because At that moment, even the politician didn't think that this is a big deal. But you could see that all the hospitals were full, so many people died. These were all casualty of COVID-19, and I don't think any kind of protocols that whatever companies, whatever group has been established could really have such a huge impact on the number of the mortality. That's the first part of my disagreement with Dr. Malone. The second part of my disagreement is he stressed on mRNA vaccine. He think that these mRNA vaccine are one of the cause of all these side effects. And he even mentioned those type of vaccine that made from in China that using the old method, like they use the dead virus or the weakened virus, those could be more effective against certain variants. I totally disagree with him as well regarding this. First of all, those countries that using the Sinovac, Sinopharm, and for example, one of the countries like Emirat, they conduct the whole population vaccination using Chinese vaccines such as Sinovac. Now they going for the Pfizer booster shot. And no matter how much we think that they've been manipulated by Pfizer or whatever, they didn't choose Pfizer at the beginning. Whether they couldn't get enough supplies or they decided the Chinese vaccine is safer because it's using the old protocol. Now they compare the data from their country with other countries, and they come up with this idea that they should go for the booster shot using Pfizer vaccines. So I strongly believe these vaccines, such as Pfizer, Moderna, which are mRNA vaccine, could do much better job. Their human trial could be better. They could follow the protocol better. Government could push them to do the better job. But at the end, I don't think they are anything less than the old-fashioned vaccine. And in my idea, they working better than old-fashioned vaccine. And another matter is that these vaccines all showed, whether they were mRNA vaccine or they use adenovirus such as AstraZeneca or Sputnik or any other vaccine, at the moment, their side effects, especially those rare side effects such as droplet of the platelet, brain hemorrhage, some cardiac problem, they were all similar. I have read more than 100 papers and they were all similar. All that has been said, Dr. Malone is a great man with a great knowledge, and everybody should really appreciate what he's doing. This is the nature of science. You must challenge and you must question everything you see. Without challenge and question, by today we still could believe that the earth is flat. So that has been said. I hope this video was interesting for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me to the next video.